Father's Day push at Los Campeones in Eden Prairie. Starting out with some flies, a little bit of pre-exhaustion action, getting the chest warmed up for the brutal work that's ahead. Today, this was basically my main heavy movement, and the rest was done in a giant set style with a little bit of variation, but we'll get into that. So the main thing that you want to do with these type of flies, at least on the hammer strength one, light fitness one, whatever, is I want you to keep your elbows up. Make sure your elbows are following through with your hands to really squeeze your chest. Seeing as that this was a lead off exercise and it was my heavy movement for my last set, I did a drop set just to get even more blood into the muscle for the work that was ahead. Now, this is something I don't generally advise if you're doing heavy straight sets for the majority of your workout. However, if your session is more endurance based, a little bit higher rep, a little bit higher volume overall, then drop sets are an excellent way to get in more volume, get in more squeeze, get in more pump, and it's only going to help the muscular development even more without taxing the joints or anything like that. So remember, drop sets are a great way to increase that volume. Yes, it's a reduction in weight, but the benefits far outweigh the damages. Now, moving on to this one. This is the mechanical drop set, and you may have seen this in a previous video. However, today we're revisiting them, and we're starting out with some high incline dumbbell presses. They look borderline like military presses, but they're just very high incline, trying to hit that clavicular region. And I'm doing 80s for 8 reps per position. So I will drop this bench 3 times, and on each set I will do 8 reps. Now, to be quite honest with you, I probably overshot the type of weight I should have been using for this because I did hit a wall very fast where I had to lower the weight on subsequent sets. However, you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. The thought process behind it is that each position is different and each one carries its own mechanical advantage, meaning that you can handle heavier weight. I only, like I said, did 80s today just because that's what was on my mind. That's what I could easily tolerate for the most part, and it worked out very well for me. Now, this is just the second exercise. This is the first exercise in the giant set sequence, and it is the second exercise overall. Now, this probably may not have been the greatest efficient use of my time, especially with me wanting to do giant sets, but I thought instead of going on to like a plate loaded machine, another one instead of the one that you see here, if I had 2 of those type of movements, I don't think it would have been very beneficial. So it was just better for me to do all that volume on the incline press and then move on to the plate loaded press and then move on to another fly. So when you're putting these type of workouts together, please understand that there's going to be some redundancy, but the variability within that redundancy, you have to sit down and try to calculate it. For instance, I could have done a flat machine bench press, but that basically would have been in the same plane almost as one of the pressing movements that you see right here. So try to maintain some type of variability, even though there is some redundancy in programs. All right, variety is a spice of life, and variability does give you the option to do different things. So understand that that's why I programmed it that way today. It's not something that I always do. I probably would have had another exercise and made it a 4 exercise giant set, but due to the essence of time that I really didn't have this morning, and then on top of that, just really not wanting to be in the gym this morning, I had to get a little bit creative. and we're moving the handles down, and I went ahead and did some, uh, I guess they're called Y laterals, uh, for the shoulders, really just focusing on pumping up that side delt and making sure I get a lot of blood up in there. Um, Side delts is something that's plagued me for my entire bodybuilding career, and it's something that I like to improve upon. Um, my taper has gotten a little bit better, thanks to all of the extra shoulder work, but also a lot of extra back work. But if you have a great capped pair of shoulders, then it's just really going to set your physique off. Obviously, I have little small delts, so I'm still working on it. But this is a good way to keep the blood moving and keep going. Moving on to the next exercise of shoulders, I'm doing this James Harrison special. Uh, this was nothing more than something that I've been doing for the past few weeks, and I like the feel of it. So I just went ahead and incorporated it into my normal routine. Generally, I do 15s, but today I was feeling a little froggy, so I went ahead and went with 20s. Really good pump, especially on the downward swing where I'm fighting like hell to resist it. But as you can see, it's not doing what it's supposed to do, which is move a little bit slower. But in any event, this is a good exercise. Now that shoulders are over, triceps are absolutely simple. I am only looking for 100 reps over 5 sets of 20. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. I just want the tricep to know that it's still there, it's still functioning, and it's still something that needs to get worked. So, pretty simple session today. I hope you all glean something from it. I hope you all have stopped being a little scared of giant sets and whatnot. They're good to employ, but not as a main training modality. So, again, really sit down and think about what your training you want it to consist of. Right now, I'm just training for life in general, getting out my frustration and all that. So I'm not really adhering to anything insane, but there will come a time and place where I'll have to do that. So, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I hope to hear back from you. Until then, keep training hard, keep working hard. Happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and let's be a continued example for our sons, our daughters, our community, and all that. All right, y'all have a good one. Later.